Hi, Virgo. Here's another Virgo coming at you from the brand new channel, Tarot Me Please. How y'all doing? Happy 2023 New Year. I hope everything went well for you the first week of January. And this is going to be your reading for the current energies, Virgo. If you don't watch this reading exactly on the day that I made it, don't worry, because the day that you do watch it was the day that you were guided to observe these energies. And it's all in the universe. It was meant to be, right? For now, that is. Okay, so I've done your spread ahead of time on my Witchy Cauldron tarot cloth, and let's get into it. Let's see here. Your current energy, the present self. Eight of Swords. It looks like a really serious card, which it is. It is. But have you ever heard somebody tell you, don't take life too seriously? I think that's what the swords, can bring about is like you're just too much in your head. Specifically, the eights in tarot represent speed and power, although you wouldn't know it from looking at this card, would you? Um, because the person here is blindfolded, she's tied up, there's a castle, beyond the swords, but, beyond where she is, you know, quote unquote imprisoned in her mind. But anyway, the Eight of Swords is self imposed restrictions, isolation, imprisonment. So, it might seem that these swords are like bars in a jail cell, but she can get through them. They're not like totally, you know, all encompassing. And like I said, that blindfold and those and that rope, she could probably break away from them. So these are, ties that don't really bind, but mentally you think they do. So are you restricting yourself in a way, Virgo? Virgos, because I can say this because I am a Virgo. I'm a quadruple Virgo. I have Virgo in, my sun sign, my ascendant, my moon, my Venus. So, oof, that's really heavy, isn't it? A lot of thinking. But anyway, Virgos, we tend to think concretely. We need proof. If you tell us something, we just need something really concrete and provable, and you know, to show that things are true and right. And so, is it hard for Virgos to think beyond, what's right in front of them or what they've experienced in the past? Maybe there were people who, talked to you in a way that, meant that you were restricted in your life somehow, or that, your capabilities restricted you. But anyway, so that's the card of self imprisonment. I underline the word self there. Um, what is what is this crossed with? What's the problem or issue? Although I kind of think that is the problem and issue, but oh, wow, whew, my goodness. Now, I mean, those are two contradictory cards if I ever did see a pairing. The Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune being a problem. That's not a problem, you say. Um, the Wheel of Fortune, as the name hints, is good fortune. It's a turning point in your life, gambling, luck. So, hmm, it seems like there is good fortune within your reach, Virgo, but, you know, I wonder why these cards weren't reversed, where this was the issue and this was the self. But anyhow, I'm going to read it as they're kind of like cross signals. But, you know, Virgo, do you have a tendency to restrict yourself where you think you're unlucky? You think your ship's not gonna come in and all that. Do you think very pessimistically and don't even allow yourself to to be optimistic. I know I do that sometimes as a Virgo, as a quadruple Virgo, but those are the energies right now. Um, let's see what is in your past, Virgo. What led you to this um, situation? Oh, wow. Okay, this card is the eight. Wow, another eight. This card is the Eight of Pentacles, and the Pentacles have to do with money or job or resources. And this person you can see is honing his craft. Specifically, excuse me, specifically the Eight of Pentacles is mastering your craft, enjoying your employment, and this person is definitely doing that. I mean, he's very focused. He's liking what he's doing, and I, yeah, yeah, I can relate to that. Can you relate to that? All you Virgos out there watching, I mean, were you in a job or profession that you highly valued, where you were highly valued, where you were very happy and satisfied and treated well? That's what the card says. You were happy. You were happy doing what you were doing. But this Wheel of Fortune, one of the definitions of the Wheel of Fortune is a turning point. Now, I wonder if you are thinking, okay, you have to stay in whatever, successful job you were at in the past, and you can't, pivot in your trajectory and do something totally different. Is that the case, Virgo? I wonder. Could be. What's in the future? What do you see as being in the future for you, Virgo? Wow. The future is the fool. Say that 5 times. The future is the fool. The future is the fool. The fool, card number 0, not even number 1, but card number 0 is, this is the fool's journey. The major arcana cards, the fool's journey, where you're just really fresh, you got a really new outlook on life, starting over. Specifically, the fool is the one who kind of I mean, I don't want to say he doesn't look before he leaps, but you see there, he's on a cliff, and he's on the precipice, and but then he's got a dog that's trying to warn him to be safe. But the fool's journey. The fool is fresh hope, and he's willing to take chances. There are new paths and adventures and beginnings. So I mean, this is like a happy dude, right? He's about to embark on a new adventure, and you can see he's all happy and carefree about it. So just looking at these 4 cards right now, Virgo. Okay, it seems like you were successful, happy, in your career, what you were doing in your craft. And I mean, have you reached a crossroads of sorts where you're thinking of, doing something else? And you don't know if it's going to be as successful as you have been. I mean, do you want to stay safe? Do you want to, stay in your comfort zone and not, start on a new journey? Because, that's what this present card is saying. It's saying that you're limiting yourself. But at the same time, this Wheel of Fortune is saying that, you got luck on your side. It's a turning point in your life, and, take advantage of it. Why not, Let's look at your conscious mind, and maybe that'll tell me a little bit more. What are you aware of in this situation, Virgo? Your conscious mind. Oh, okay, another Pentacles card. Yeah. So maybe you've got some money concerns, when it comes to, restricting yourself, restricting your trajectory in life. You've got some money concerns. This is the 7 of Pentacles, having to do with money, and you see here this person. He's done all this work. He's sown his seeds, and he's probably waiting for everything to pay off, waiting for the time of harvest. Specifically, the 7 of Pentacles is patience, hard work, delayed success, waiting. So he's definitely waiting, and a a watched pot never boils, they say, and maybe he's just kind of like counting the minutes until his ship comes in. But then at the same time, you know, is he waiting for something more out of this past success, out of his, known comfort craft? Um, because if he's waiting, you know, if he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting and he's not being very patient and he's kind of driving himself crazy to harvest the goods, maybe he's going to be waiting forever. I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be that card right there, the seven of coins, is tied up with this wheel of fortune and the restrictions of the eight of swords somehow. What do you think, Virgo? Um, let's see what your unconscious mind, what just lurks beneath the surface, um, is here. Oh, okay. The world. The world is, you know, a major arcana card, and it's the very last of the major arcanas. It's number 21. You can see that there. 21. And the world is completing a um, a goal or a lesson. So there may be immigration, travel, things like that. And so I'm thinking, if this is the completion of a goal, you know, I myself, I've been in my field for like over 20 years now. And my field, I've gotten really good at it. I've gotten a lot of good recognition and everything. But, it kind of seems like this card is telling me, I've reached the peak of my success in this particular craft, in this particular profession, and it's time for me to move on and don't restrict my thinking. What do you think, you Virgos out there? Have you reached the pinnacle of your craft? Is it time for you to move beyond this field or segue into something totally different? But, you're hoping that, whatever you go into, first of all, you're a little bit of a fool in the sense that you don't know much about that new field and you're kind of going into it kind of, I don't want to say clueless, but definitely you don't have the same kind of knowledge that you did here, and it's new horizons. It's almost like going into the dark. Um, but this world card says that you've reached the completion of your goal. Whatever goals you had set forth in this profession, you've reached them. And maybe it's time to, maybe it is a turning point, as if Wheel of Fortune suggests. Maybe it is time for you to do something else. And there's probably something else that you've been dabbling in, Virgo, um, that you're becoming excited about or have been excited about, but then you're like, oh well, you know, I don't know what's going to make as much money as I've made with my established craft, because I've been doing it and I'm experienced and I've been getting paid pretty well lately. So what am I going to do? Am I going to go into my new profession as a fool and not make enough money to feed my family? I don't know. I don't know. There are things to consider. Let's go to your hopes and fears, Virgo, in this situation. It's really telling me this is about your job. It's just screaming to me that this is all about your job and money. Having to do with changing jobs, perhaps, and mastering your craft and all that stuff. But let's see. Let's see what your hopes and fears say, Virgo. Oh, wow. Okay. Um, this card is the Nine of Wands, and wands have to do with motion, action, movement. And as you can see here, hopefully you can see, here's a person who's been injured in battle, I suppose, and it's the card of putting up healthy boundaries. You know, specifically the Nine of Wands is the card that says, keeping and maintaining boundaries and persistence, and maybe in the past he's gotten injured, or he's just, if somebody's harmed him in a way where, he didn't contribute to it, but at the same time, he might have been able to prevent it if he had put up healthier boundaries, if he had stood up for himself better. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know how to stand up for himself, but now he's like thinking, okay, I got to. I got to start standing up for myself. I got to start putting my foot down so that it doesn't happen to me again, you know? All right, so that's in your hopes and fears. I mean, hopes and fears are kind of like, you know, two sides of the same coin. I mean, it's like you hope to be more, um, more solid in putting up your boundaries, and you don't want to get hurt the same way you got hurt before. So hopes and fears. Let's go on to your influence on this whole situation, Virgo. What are you going to be doing? What kind of energies are you going to be bringing um, to this situation that will be affecting your final outcome? Let's see. Your influence, Virgo. Ooh, okay. It is the Two of Pentacles. So we have three Pentacles cards. Pentacles have to do with, like I said before, money, finances, has to do with resources. This one, as you may or may not know, the twos of any suit in tarot have to do with choices and partnership and pairings and things like that. And specifically, the Two of Pentacles are two choices that you have. In this case, it might be, the two fields, that you're sitting on the fence with. And multitasking, weighing many options. So it's like, ugh, what am I going to do? It's like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's like I got this, great job that I've established myself in, this great profession. I'm like, like seen as the expert. And, but it's kind of seems like I've reached my goals. I've reached, the pinnacle of my success in this profession. And maybe I'm ready to try my luck on something new. And maybe I shouldn't be so restrictive of myself and what I can achieve. Maybe I shouldn't worry so much about my finances and, just harp on them all the time. Maybe, so here's your influence in it. Yours just like, ugh, what am I going to do? And, maybe going into this, you're like, ugh, you're just constantly sitting on the fence. You don't know what to do. It's like you got one foot in one field and one foot in the other. It's like indecision, trying to make a choice. Let's see what the external influences will be. Oh, nice card. Very nice card. The King of Cups. Kings are, as their name suggests, they're powerful, and they're authoritative. But specifically, the King of Cups. The cups are the suit in tarot that have to do with relationships and love and feeling and all that stuff. And so, the King of Cups is somebody who is a supportive leader. He's tolerant. He's got empathy. Um, and this is the external influence in your situation, Virgo. So here's you trying to make a choice and having a hard time at it. And then here's the external influence. I mean, could it be your partner? Could it be your family? If it is, then this says that your family and or your partner are being very supportive of whatever choice you make, if and when you make a choice, between these two options here. Um, it's up to you, Virgo. I mean, do you want to take a leap of faith, or do you want to stay in your comfort zone? They always say, get out of your comfort zone. I mean, when you stay in your comfort zone, yeah, obviously it's comfortable, but are you going to grow? Are you going to meet with any new luck, or new events, or broadening horizons? Probably not. Probably not. So, are you limiting yourself? The more that I talk about this, Virgo, the more it seems clear to me that you are restricting. Um, you're restricting your own potential, Virgo. It's like in the back of your mind, you know that you're done with whatever profession or whatever field you've gotten yourself into in the last several years. Um, and your conscious mind is worried about the money. Well, what's going to happen? Am I going to be able to make my mortgage payment? Am I going to be able to make my car insurance, payments and car note and all that other stuff? Whereas, this person right here is like, okay, whatever you do, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Um, so it's like you here, sitting on the fence. Let's see what the final outcome is for you, Virgo. Now, let me remind you that, and this is probably something that you've heard before. These energies are not etched in stone. They're always changing. Depending on your energy and perhaps other people's energy and all that stuff. But it's not etched in stone. But for this reading, for how the energies are at this moment, the outcome. Oof. My goodness, you're very indecisive. Are you sure you don't have some Libra in you? Actually, I think I have some Libra in me, but oof. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is again twos. Twos have to do with duality. There being two things, choices. This person thinks that they don't have enough information to make the choice. They think that, okay, they're blindfolded, they're sitting here alone, they don't know what to do. There's a moon right in back of them, and the moon represents mystery and hidden things. And so, you got two cards right here that are, saying, what are you going to do? The choices, it's like choices, decisions. What are you going to do, Virgo? Specifically, the Two of Swords. Time to compromise, time to make a decision. These two go hand in hand, don't they? It's like you gotta make a decision. You can't just like stay in limbo like this. Either you stay in your comfort zone or you get out and you take a leap of faith, Virgo. And the cards are telling me right here as well. The cards are telling me that you're worrying about you're sweating the small stuff that you shouldn't be sweating, that you should take your leap of faith, that you should change your profession and take on a new job or whatever like that. um, that's what the cards are telling me. And I'm sitting here right now looking at the cards that I've dealt myself. It's like, am I gonna leave my current profession? Because right now this tarot thing for me is just a side hustle. I have a 9 to 5 job that I go to, and actually, this Monday I'm gonna be going back to work after time of vacation. But you know, I don't even know what I was saying, but oh yeah, it's like am I gonna continue with the job that I'm at where I'm comfortable and I'm paid fair and da 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 da, or do I want to do something more fulfilling and newer, and where I'm able to broaden my horizons. It's tough. It's tough, Virgo. Do you want to stay with what's safe, or do you want to venture out into the world, into the unknown? Well, I'm gonna leave you with that, my dear Virgos, and I hope some of this, if not all, resonated with you. If it did, I invite you to subscribe to my brand new channel, started at the very beginning of the new year. And I'll see you soon.